What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we got some new information on GTA 6 and a new update that Rockstar is going to be doing with how they distribute copies of the actual game of Grand Theft Auto 6. Apparently they're going to stop all leaks and they're shutting them down, and today we're going to talk about that. A new Insider Gaming article went live yesterday to just cover all this brand new information, so if you do find it informative or helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But here's what it started off with. It says here, GTA 6 review copies won't be distributed, it is claimed. Now this is actually pretty crazy because usually whenever a brand new game releases, they will always send out copies to journalists, creators, people who can review the game, give feedback before it releases, maybe also do some showcasing or some form of like a blog to cover how the game played and all the review details. So for example, like say IGN, they always review games early, give us the information on them, how they rate the game and how it plays before the game is even available, for everyone else. Well, GTA 6 is apparently, they're not going to be doing that, and if they do, they're actually going to be doing it behind closed doors and watching people. So the article continues, it says, Grand Theft Auto 6 is shaping up to be the biggest entertainment-based launch in history. The anticipation is that this is the game that will trump every movie, television show, and other game ever released, pulling in silly money, crazy sales, and unreal player numbers within a matter of hours. And honestly, I believe it. Grand Theft Auto 6 has the most hype out of any game that I've probably ever seen. They don't even really need to do marketing. If they were just to say, hey, we're dropping on November 18th, pre-orders are now live, you could go ahead and pre-order the game now without showing any gameplay footage, people are still gonna make that purchase and people will still pre-order the game. That's just how big it is. And it says here, it might seem obvious to some, but the topic of Take-Two and Rockstar Games locking down review copies of GTA 6 came into the picture recently. This is a game that hardly needs reviews as it will sell regardless of what gaming outlets say, but according to one claim, Rockstar Games and Take-Two have a specific plan for review opportunities. Now here's where it actually gets crazy, because usually as people who are super excited for the game, obviously we're not going to get an early copy, we're not like big publishers or reviewers or anything like that, but they give us information, they build up hype, and they let us know what's going to be coming in with the game and what to expect. And so it is crazy because especially with GTA 6, everyone wants to know more about it, but the fact is, it says here, nobody will review Grand Theft Auto 6. When developers and publishers circulate review copies and codes, there's one key concern on their minds, and that's that they're opening the doors to leaks. While reviews and previews are carried out under embargo and sometimes under strict NDA, it is an inevitable risk that accompanies every early access offering. Now, just to give you guys an example, I was blessed with an opportunity to review Xbox's Forza Horizon 6 game early, and they sent me a code through email. They obviously told me, hey, this email NDA'd, there's an embargo on this, you're not allowed to share footage or talk about the game until this date. And then they sent me the copy early. I was able to download and load up the game. And so then when the actual access came out and you were able to make videos on them, is then when I was able to post my review and then post what I thought about the game. So it's the same sort of thing. Obviously, there's going to be people who are going to violate this, maybe forward the email to their friends, showcase it. Then people who are, playing early, they might send footage to a friend, to a family member, then they will share, then boom, it's on Twitter, boom, it's on YouTube, everyone's seeing the footage. And so because of that, Rockstar Games is probably like, this is not worth it. We don't need a review from anybody. We know what we've created and it's going to sell, it's going to do well regardless. And so we don't need to set up reviews for this. And usually reviews is like a marketing sort of thing to try and get people to play the game or convince others to play it. But it says here, if there's any game out there that won't be subjected to that risk, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. This is likely to be the fastest selling game ever released, and the notion of Rockstar or Take-Two distributing codes early for reviewers to sample seems laughable. In a recent episode of the XD Control podcast, notable Brazilian journalist Pedro Henrique Lurilipe, sorry if I said his name wrong, made a bold claim. He suggested that not only will these firms not offer review codes or copies for GTA 6, but the only way any of these outlets will be able to preview the game will be under the close, watchful eye of Rockstar Games. Now, what this means is, once again, very similar to say like how Call of Duty will review games before they end up releasing, is they're probably going to invite these journalists out into maybe Rockstar headquarters, where they're going to be able to play them on their PlayStations, their consoles, and it's going to, they're going to take their phones away from them. They're not going to allow them to record or screen share or anything like that, and it's going to be a room that they walk in with obviously security, Rockstar employees there, and they're going to watch them as they play, so that way they can give their review, they can talk about what they experienced, but they can't show what they experienced, hence stopping all of the leaks. And that's something that's very possible, but it says here, nobody's going to get the key to this game. Can I talk about this? I think I can. It looks like there's going to be some kind of review event they're going to send to journalists, stay for days, so there's no leaks, as I just mentioned here. Like, everybody's going to play this indoors. And I'm assuming the guy who said this is a reliable source. They said he worked at Omelette Company, the firm responsible for hosting CCXP and Gamescom, but it's also an independent contractor. He said this claim isn't that far-fetched. Take-Two will want to keep things under a tight lock ahead of GTA 6's release, and even a single code in the wild could spell disaster for the firm. This is the most highly anticipated game to emerge in years, has a budget upward of $1 billion, has suffered from monumental leaks in the past, and has been in development for a very, very long time. To potentially have everything spoiled at the very final post doesn't bear thinking about it. So it is a solution that just makes sense for them to just skip out on reviews this time around and then just wait until the game officially launches before you actually know what's going on, or you see any of like the missions or any of the footage, unless they show it to you via trailers or official outputs. But that's pretty much all that I got for you guys in this video. What are your thoughts and opinions? This is completely different from what we've seen with any other game that's ever released. I think GTA 5 also had previews and early reviews and things like that, so this might be the first time ever we're seeing something like this. I'm just super excited. There's also the rumor that tomorrow there's a potential pre-orders going live. I'm still very skeptical about that, but it's something to still look forward to. But anyways, that is all that I got for you guys here. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.